Hey boat friends, 11:24 p.m. Central Time, December 16th, a Friday night. The bridge is going completely up here. Aerial lift bridge, it's going to be at its full height. You have one of the newest ships on the Great Lakes, and I love this already because you can see that powerful spotlight that we will be seeing as she gets closer going through the canal. This is the Mark W. Barker. Launched this year, July 2022. 639 feet in length, owned and operated by the Interlake Steamship Company. Really, really good looking ship that you're going to see here in a few minutes. This is kind of a newer, modern take on some of the older vessels. It has just a whole new design you'll see on the bow. But take a look at that spotlight right away. Mark W. Barker, it's named after the president of the Interlake Steamship Company, Mark W. Barker. Well, let's get down here and check out what's going on by the canal. We have some ice that's in the canal, which I'll show you here in a moment. Now let's take a look at the color of the light. This actually has changed. Normally we've been seeing that amber light. Now if you take a look right there, that's a red light. That lets the captain know that there is an inbound current that they're going to have to be dealing with as they come through the canal. But again, this is one of the newest ships on the Great Lakes. And from an efficiency standpoint, this is the first ship on the Great Lakes that meets the EPA's Tier 4 standards, for their engines. Show you what's going on. There actually are a few people that are out here at the canal. 27 degrees, 8-mile-per-hour wind. Show you the flag real quick. Hey everybody in chat, how are you? Take a look at that flag. But again, I think you're going to really be I think you're really going to like this ship that's coming in. This is, again, one of the newest ones out in the Great Lakes. Take a look at that spotlight. I'm really big into those lights. 639 feet in length. She is coming inbound completely empty. She is going to be loading ore pellets at CN dock. Hopefully we get a whistle exchange. Get you down by the canal. I'll show you the ice that has formed in there. It's really sheets that have been moving about there in the canal. But again, want to point that out. We really don't see that too often, at least as of late. There's that red light at the top. That signifies the inbound current that is inside the canal. Light snow. A little bit of overcast, almost if you can see in the distance, you can see that fog with the lights. As you know, the gates, they've been shut, they'll be shut for the season. See if we can take a peek at the lake real quick. Might be able to pick it up. Snow is covering everything. Duluth received 20 plus inches of snow over here the last few days. Show you the Duluth skyline. Hopefully you've had a good week. Start of a good weekend. It's a little late, I know that, but I'll just sleep in tomorrow, not a big deal. I definitely wanted to see the Mark W. Barker, one of the newer ships, so definitely pulled me out to go check it out. Hey Ralphie, hey everybody in chat. Yeah, the Twin Cities, I was down there in the Twin Cities earlier this week, and There was a decent amount of snow as well, not what Duluth received. Down here in Canal Park, really didn't get a lot of snow at all, even though we saw in the news reports Duluth received 20 plus inches. That's really up on the hill. So over here, where you see those towers in the distance, that's really where that heavy snow accumulated down here in Canal Park and at Park Point. Maybe around 4 or 5 or so inches against that dense, heavy, wet snow is what fell. Well, let's take a look at the star of the show. Mark W. Barker, 639 feet in length, coming in completely empty. So she's coming in to get ore pellets. So you'll get to see the ship very well sitting up out of the water. Take a look at that powerful spotlight moving around right there. Got some people that are coming down here. Quite a few people actually have shown up. Oh, it looks like this is Coast Guard right here. Not sure what's going on. Looks like they might be actually going through the gate here. I think I've seen that before, so maybe they're just down here on routine business, but we'll keep our eye on what's going on. Pretty calm conditions for the captain coming inbound. They had a safe voyage in. That's a good thing. You can see the light snow. I'll put it up here on this light. Hopefully you can see that. See that light snow going with the wind. Now it's going to get very cold here in Duluth and really Minnesota in general over the next 3-4 days. So single digit highs, negative readings with the wind chill factored in. So it should be pretty interesting. I think we're going to get a lot of ice on the lake and the canal, and especially on the ships as they come in. We'll be able to see probably some ice on their bow and other places. Very unique setup here where you can see there's one of the spotlights just turned off, but they have them pointing down. I'm sure they're going to move them around here as they get close to the piers. Again, 639 feet in length. Mark W. Barker, launched this year, July 2022. She was christened actually on September 1st in Cleveland, Ohio. Owned and operated by the Interlake Steamship Company, named after the president, Mark W. Barker. Again, coming in completely empty. She will be loading ore pellets. So the crew is going to be pretty busy tonight for sure. Yeah, a couple members of the Coast Guard right there, if you can see on the left part of the screen by the gates. They have red jackets with the black pants. Not sure what they're doing down here. Maybe just checking things out. Hopefully we get a whistle exchange. As the ship gets closer, we're gonna take a look at the bow. You can see that spotlight moving. Take a look at the bow, we'll look at the stern. Looks like she's cruising pretty smooth here. Another Coast Guard member just arrived here. I'll ask him what's going on here in a little bit. So here you go, Mark W. Barker. Good looking ship. Hopefully we'll be able to see her during the day. Show you what's going on here with the Coast Guard members. Looks like they got some type of equipment that they're checking out. Yeah, the ice sheets were here maybe about 20 minutes ago, and I think that just the current, as we saw, that there's a inbound current. I think it probably pulled the ice sheets in. And you can see her coming in right now. Now take a look on the bow here. This is a self-unloading system that she has. This is the newest looking ship. So this design is going to be seen here with the future vessels that are built. She was actually built at the Bay Shipbuilding Company in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. So let's take a look at that self-unloading structure right there. That's at the very front of the bow, that big white part. Here's the Barker, really sitting out of the water. Real smooth, real quiet, if you notice that. Moving pretty quick in the canal. She was moving at around 13.5 knots earlier. Here's a couple crew members on deck. Take a look at that pilot house structure on the stern. Very impressive vessel. You know what those crew members are doing? I see a couple that were actually shoveling. There you go. I think a lot of people in Duluth recognize that sound and doing that over the last few days. Some more crew on the back, waving. They're going to be busy over the next day or so. Now let's follow her as she makes her turn into the bay. And it is fun watching her go under the bridge, but I really like that turn. You're able to really see it from this vantage point, so we'll see what the captain does. Get a better look of the structure on the back, pilot house. Again, this is a brand new vessel. All right, so we're gonna watch her turn to the port side. Once she clears the bridge, there's the stack right there. As you can see, not a lot, nothing really coming out. This is, like I mentioned before, the first Great Lakes vessel that meets the standards, the Tier 4 standards of the EPA as far as emissions. So it's impressive in itself. Now here's a turn. We're going to see that bow start moving to the port side, the left side, and you'll see that stern kick the opposite direction. So let's watch the captain as they make that turn. There you go. Again, that's no easy feat. I've mentioned it before. I mean, just imagine backing into your driveway or into a parking stall somewhere. I mean, this is a huge, huge vessel. You got to know what you're doing. Plenty of skill for sure. Impressive turn. Well, tomorrow when she departs, she's going to be fully loaded with ore pellets. So I'll be back tomorrow. There's plenty of vessels that'll be going in and out. A lot on Sunday as well. Just before midnight here, December 16th. Glad that you could join me. Be out tomorrow. I'm going to get some sleep. I hope you do as well. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. So, boat friends, thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.